Welcome to Lemon Stream, where we feature stories of the unknown, mysteries, post-apocalyptic fiction, and other weird stuff. So settle in, get comfortable, get ready. Here we go. The New World, Chapter 9, Back into Darkness. Daddy, why do we have to go back down there? Nathan clutched his toy monster truck as he stepped down the stairs by Sandy's side. We need to go back down to be safe, his dad responded. There's going to be another big bomb, so we have to go down underground to be safe. Are they going to drop a bomb on us? No, said Sandy. It's being dropped in another town. We'll be safe down here. I'm scared, Daddy, Nathan's voice quivered. Yeah, Sandy comforted him. It's scary for all of us, but we're all together, so we'll be fine. Are my friends safe too? Nathan asked, looking up at his dad. Are they underground too? Mason and Nicole, are they okay? Sandy hesitated and then replied, I don't know, Nate. I don't know. We don't have any way to talk to other people, so we have no way to know where everyone is. Maybe we can go see sometime. Maybe, said Dad. Maybe we can someday. Stevie, Gramps called, did you bring that solar panel in? Yes, I did, Stevie said. It's in the kitchen. Thank you, said Gramps. I don't want to take the chance that it will get damaged tonight. Maybe nothing will happen, Sylvia said. Maybe they'll change their mind. She was handing out potassium iodide to the people in the basement. There are enough hills between us and town. I think we'll be okay, said Darren. Just the ridge alone should deflect that blast enough. It's all just theory until the bomb drops, said Sandy. Yeah, said Darren. It all depends on how big the bomb is. The Americans use smaller bombs but have pinpoint accuracy. The Russians use massive nukes to make up for bad accuracy. I really don't know what the Chinese have. If they drop one like Hiroshima, we'll be just fine. We've got 8 miles in the ridge and several hills between us. But if they drop something bigger, I don't know. Like you said, it's all theory until they drop it. I don't think we should believe that guy anyway, said Shayla. I mean, there's no way the army would let Chinese people in the country. What army? Michael asked her. The Americans, she said, dummy. Listen, Michael blurted out. I don't know why you're not getting this. I don't really care. But there are no police. There is no army. That whole world is gone. You're just stupid, Shayla replied. Stupid. You and your whole family. I can't believe how dumb you are. You just wait until the internet comes back online. Just wait. Then you'll be telling me you're sorry and I was right all along. Michael rolled his eyes. You'll see, Shayla's voice became shrill. You'll see. You guys are just being stupid. When this is over, you will pay big time. Shayla stomped into a corner of the basement and sat down cross-legged and cross-armed, facing the wall. If you're so sure, Michael hollered across the room, then why don't you go out there? Go out there right now and stay out there. Go to someone else's house. Go to a hotel and a restaurant. Go ahead, go. I am going to go, Shayla sobbed. I'm going to go and get the police, and all you are going to pay. But I'm going to go when I want to go, not because you tell me. Michael glanced around the room at the others. I don't know why we have her here, he said. Why is she here? Why is she eating our food? Why are we taking care of her? Why is she our burden? He only takes and takes and takes and makes drama for everyone. She's hopeless. As long as a person still draws breath, said Gramps, there's hope for them. If you say so, said Michael. He plopped down in his chair and grabbed his 12-gauge and a cleaning kit, then began threading a cotton pad through the slot in the cleaning rod. Uh-oh, Gramps exclaimed as he started climbing out of his chair again. What is it, hon? Asked Ma. There's something else we need to do, he replied. He stood, already breathless, and began rummaging through his bins. You have a magic wand in there? Joe asked. No, said Gramps, but it's almost as good. Here. Gramps pulled out a very large Tyvek envelope. I found it. From the envelope, he pulled what looked like a reddish metallic cloth. He handed it to Joe. What's this? She asked. This, said Gramps, is copper cloth. We need to cut off pieces of it to wrap all of our electronics. There's no such thing as metal cloth, said Shayla, her voice dripping with contempt. You guys are nuts. After a short pause, she mumbled to herself, Stupid people. This is a fine copper screen, said Gramps. It's used just like cloth to make RFID protection wallets and small Faraday cages. We've been lucky that most of our electronics still work. But with a blast so close to us tonight, there's no way anything electronic will survive the EMP. Everything we want to keep, the radios, the cell phones, anything, needs to be wrapped in plastic or paper and then wrapped in this copper cloth to protect it from the electromagnetic pulse. I'm not going to wrap my phone because there's no value to it anymore, but I will wrap my tablet because I've saved quite a bit of information on it that might help us going forward. Michael, he continued, do you still have those 2 metal trash cans in the garage? Yeah, Michael answered, I do. Good, said Gramps. Pack them with your power tools, especially the cordless ones, and any other small equipment you think you'll need, and put the lids on as tight as you can. Why especially the cordless ones? Asked Sandy. Because it'll be easier for us to generate DC power than AC, Gramps replied. Stevie, get a Phillips head screwdriver and pull the charge controllers off the solar panels. We'll need to wrap those. The adults busied themselves with finding and protecting as many electronics as they could. The room was quiet that evening except for the whine of the radio as Darren scanned frequencies trying to find somebody from the outside world, before finally packing the radio away and wrapping it in the copper cloth. Everyone kept to themselves, one by one falling asleep in the dim basement. They woke up to the basement shaking like it was coming apart. Things upstairs were smashing to the floor. All around them, cans and jars were tumbling off the shelves onto the floor. The kids began crying, and someone was shrieking. Sandy climbed to his feet, but tumbled on top of Sylvia. The shaking began to subside, just as the rumble of a freight train began outside. The sound grew louder and louder, overwhelming the house as people covered their ears. Then the air grew thin, as if it were being sucked out of the basement. Gramps gasped for breath. Within seconds, air came rushing back in like a strong wind, blowing paper and clothing around the room. The shaking and rumble died down quickly, leaving silence, except for crying children. Shayla began wailing in her corner. Finally, someone spoke. What was that? Stevie said, although he knew what it was. Gramps' chest was heaving. He lifted his hand like he was going to say something, but sat back down in his chair instead. That was a big one, said Denise. Stay where you are, kids, said Ma as she began picking up cans from the floor and sweeping broken glass. We sure lost some food here. I'm going to check it out, Sandy said. Can't you wait? Sylvia asked. Please? It's so dark. Sandy grabbed a flashlight and headed up the stairs. Darren did the same. We need to see what we're dealing with, Sandy said, climbing the stairs. The mothers settled the children, and the other adults helped clean up the mess in the basement as Sandy and Darren disappeared into the darkness.